Hi, I'm Pete Holloway. I'm a retired financial advisor and a retired certified financial planner. And as always, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to On Money. My guest today is Stephanie Hockenberry. She is Ohio County's Growth and Retention Manager. We're going to go into what that means. It's a very complex job, and I think she's the right person for it. She's a Wheeling native, graduated from Wheeling Central, got her undergraduate degree in marketing and management at now Wheeling University. West Liberty, and her MBA from Wheeling University. She's married, has two kids, aged 13 and 10. Stephanie, I want to be first to welcome you to On Money. Glad to have you with us. Your title is Ohio County's Growth and Retention Manager. You're the first person in it. This is a brand new job. Tell us what it is and what your duties and responsibilities are.
Sure. So as growth and retention manager, I've been tasked with growing the population and also growing and retaining small businesses. And also retaining population. So that kind of entails a lot of things. Those are the main objectives. Although right now I'm working on all of the things that will help contribute to those, two objectives. So it actually involves a lot of networking, a lot of working and collaborating with other organizations that are working towards the same goal.
It's called Ohio County's Growth and Retention Manager. You would work with Belmont County, Brooke County, or whatever, also just to keep things going in terms of population growth and appreciation.
Sure. I mean, I think regionally, there are organizations such as RED that are doing those things. And so I work with all of those, but we're not just growing Wheeling, we're growing the whole county, and we are unique as we are the tri-state area. So we do work really closely with our neighbors. So I think that's really important. We have a lot of people that work in Ohio County that live in Belmont County or Marshall County, even Brooke County. So I think it's a good place to be, and it is a bigger picture, right? Working together and to make everybody grow.
Now, tell us about how this got started. You answered to a large number of bosses. A number of local groups came together and decided that this position was needed. Tell us the history.
Sure. So Zach Abraham, one of our Ohio County commissioners, had this vision to create this position, to have somebody that was really focused in on the population and the small business growth and retention. And so I think he had been discussing it for quite some time in his role, and finally got several of the people that, in the community involved and agreed to come at this as a collaborative effort. So I do have quite a few bosses. I have a list. So
Why don't you read that? Because it is impressive.
Sure. So we've got the Ohio County Commission. I'm actually titled under the Ohio County Development Authority. And then we've got the City of Wheeling, Bellamar, the Regional Economic Development Partnership, also known as RED, Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce, the Wheeling Heritage Group, Wheeling Park Commission, the Wheeling Ohio County CVB, and then the Community Foundation. So we have quite a few organizations that are already doing great things within the county and the region. And they just came together to say, you know what, we do need a dot connector in the county. And so I'm the dot connector.
Okay. How are you funded? Does it come out of the county, or do all those groups chip in a little bit? How does that work?
So all of those groups either chip in financially or in kind. So I have access to their resources or services if they're not contributing financially.
Mm-hmm. And how do you have one big general meeting, or do you just send out one report to the county commission? How do you do your reporting?
Yeah, so as you can imagine, we're still trying to navigate this and figure it out since it is a new position. And I've only been in the role since December. But we do have a monthly meeting where I give an update on what I'm working on, who I'm working with. We can answer any questions, but I do have constant communication with all of those groups. And then we of course, I will be reporting eventually at the commission meetings. Haven't started doing that yet, but that is on the agenda to do. So, and those are of course public meetings that anyone can attend. And I work closely with all of them. So it's just a matter of really talking to them weekly, daily, figuring out what's needed, where I need to be, and they're all helping me get acclimated to who the people are that I need to be working with. So
Can you give us an idea of some of the projects that you're working on now? I realize some of these are very sensitive and you cannot talk about them because they
sure.
involve just sensitive items. But
Yeah.
tell us what you're doing.
So I've right now I'm sort of in what we're calling data collection mode, where I'm going out and just meeting with all of the local groups. So the childcare providers, the real estate groups, the local businesses, different community organizations, nonprofits. I'm also a part of the Wheeling Leadership Chamber program. So I'm in the community a good bit, working with them, just trying to figure out what's needed. And there are a lot of people already doing those things. Red's working behind the scenes. Housing is a piece of the puzzle. We're working on some things with Red for that. So, um, everybody's doing things behind the scenes. And like you said, some of it is sensitive and not public information yet, but there are a lot of good things in the pipeline that are being worked on to bring this all to light.
You'd mentioned networking. Let's suppose someone in the audience hears that a cousin has a company that's interested in moving somewhere. How do they get in contact with you to give you the idea? Because you can then pick up the ball and start chasing after that kind of stuff. How do
Sure.
people find you?
So I'm in the city county building. I'm on the second floor. I'm actually in with the commissioner's office in 215. So they can, probably better to call and find out if I'm there, because I am in and out a good bit, but they can call me, they can email me. My email is shockenberry@ohiocounty.wv.gov. Probably the best way to start. And then I can schedule some time. We can communicate that way first, and then text, call, that sort of thing. They can reach me on by cell phone 304-280-1445.
Okay, we'll try and get this listed on the screen underneath you.
Yeah,
Your email is, because your last name is longer. Can you
it
spell
is.
the email? Can you spell the email out for us?
Sure. It's SHOCKENBERRY at ohiocounty.wv.gov.
Okay, that's great. Now, I always back to networking. Uh, we have a pretty good audience, and how can people who are watching this show help you?
In various ways. We are always looking for people that are interested in investing in the county. I mean, anywhere. If they have a business idea, if they have, maybe they don't want to be a front-facing person or business, but they have funding available to help. Maybe they want to be an angel investor.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not the only person that's working on this, in the region. I mean, Red, some people may know some of the Red team members, or
Mhm.
even Jen Roerig, she works for economic development. So it's the matter of just getting in touch with us, and then we get the right players in the room so that we can start to make that happen. Really just starts with an idea and a passion, I think. If they're interested in bringing something to Wheeling, I'm currently working with several people that are from the area, have moved away, maybe for one reason or another. A lot of the times I'm finding it's they couldn't find a job here initially when they finished school, so they left the area. And now as they're aging, and they could be, in their 40s or 30s or 40s, but they want to come back because their family's here, or they have such good memories of Wheeling. Trying to connect those pieces. So we're trying to bring them back and find, they have businesses, but they also want to live here. So figuring out where's the best space for you, where do we have available, and where do you want to be? What are your goals, and who do we need to connect you with to make those things happen? So there's a whole lot of people that are trying to make that happen for, anyone that's interested.
How do you find these leads?
Sometimes sometimes they find us. A couple of them was just me reaching out on Facebook or Instagram. I saw some people that had Wheeling pages, and I just reached out to have a conversation. Others of them are, trying to get in touch with us. They're like, hey, I saw, there's a lot of opportunity downtown or at the Highlands or any area really in Wheeling. And I'm interested in coming back, but I don't know what my next steps are. So it's just, trying to connect those pieces of the puzzle for people. And it really just is just a conversation. And sometimes it's me reaching out, and sometimes it's them reaching out, or sometimes it's uh, the other organizations that I work with that are on my board committee. They have a lead. Realtors have leads all the time. So it's just a lot of making sure we're communicating with the right people.
That's great. Let's change subjects a little bit. You were named by the paper as one of Ohio Valley's Women of Progress, which is congratulations on that honor. In that, you addressed younger females, and I was wondering what you would say. You've been around, probably 20 years or so, doing various things. What kind of advice or thoughts do you have for local grade school or high school females, and about why they should stay here too?
Oh, sure. I mean, right now, I think there's so much opportunity and growth. And, I know a lot of people see the construction as a hindrance. I see it as progress, and I'm really excited about it and about what's to come in the very near future. But I think with these younger kids, and this is very dear to my heart because I have a 13-year-old daughter, it's a matter of, figuring out what your values are and what makes you truly happy. And at that age, I think it's hard, right? They're growing and learning and trying to figure who they are as a person. And sometimes they don't know, sometimes they do. But I think it's really, instilling those foundations of confidence, and just remember that you are a special person and you have special gifts and talents, and focus on those strengths. There's somewhere in this county that you will fit, or you'll make your own way. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't fit, but I am always trying to figure out where I fit or how I grow. And it's just really being confident in yourself enough to go out there and look for opportunities.
That's great. One other question. You started this job in December. This is about almost, well, this will be broadcast during mid-March. What kind of legacy do you want to leave, say 10, 15 years down the road? What would you like to have done with this job?
Wow. I mean, I want to still be in this job, I hope. And
We'll assume that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd like to just always be growing, right? Always be helping others realize the potential here and in themselves, and the positive impact that we can make as an individual, as a community, as a state even. I think there's so many things that are good here, and I think we need to start recognizing that, changing our perception of who we are, where we've come from, and what we have to offer.
That's great. Well, I want to thank you for your time and wish you the best of luck. Well, I know you pretty well. I'm sure you're going to do a great job with this new job. And
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to, a year or two from now, watching some of the seeds you're planting now blossoming. So thank you again for your time. Thank you for your hard work. I'm Pete Holloway. We'll be seeing you all next week. I hope you have a great week.
Hi, my name is Craig Bober. I'm a senior finance major at West Liberty University, and today I'm going to be showing you what it's like to be a part of this program. Heading to my first class of the day, investment portfolio analysis with Professor Jesse.
We're going to start off doing some current events, and then we're going to look at evaluating some stocks, figuring out the intrinsic value. We're going to do Knight, Tyson, Disney, and waste management. We need to make some investments with the investment club.
The finance program at West Liberty is an exceptional experience. In the program, there are amazing teachers that always make class fun and engaging. A new student enrolling in the program should expect a personable learning experience when you're engaging in classroom activities and building relationships with your teachers and classmates. I chose the major in finance because of my interest in the finance world and my want to pursue a career in business. My goals after graduating are to become a certified financial planner and help people achieve their retirement and savings goals.
We're
heading in my second class of the day, Management Capstone with Dr. Rocchio.
So part of what we've been doing over the last several weeks was looking at the internal and external factors of the companies that you had chosen to research.
This major is good for others to consider because of the quality of education you receive and the relationships you build with the people in the business department. Professionally, with a finance degree, you have many different career options like banking, insurance, financial planning, or even tax services. I chose West Liberty University because I did not want to go far from home, but I still wanted to be away. Personally, what I like most about West Liberty is the great people that live here. West Liberty Business program attracts many people from different countries, so this provides you with a unique and diverse learning environment being here. We're going to be heading into the investment club meeting.
So as we talked about, here's our current portfolio allocation. So we still have about $5,000 left, so we need to make some investments.
The investment club is a student-ran club that is sponsored by West Banco, where we use real money to buy stocks and bonds to build a class portfolio. This club is a great place to learn about the stock market and how investing works. All the decisions that we make regarding our portfolio are voted on by all the members of the club. And now for my last class of the day, my finance capstone with Professor Jesse. West Liberty's Finance Capstone is unique because it is a CFP board-registered program, which is something that not all colleges offer. In this course, we learn about topics like ethics, retirement planning, tax planning, and risk management, which prepares us for the CFP exam. And now we're going to cap off the day with playing some basketball with my friends. Being a student athlete, there are many challenges that come with it, but the rewards far outweigh them. Through my 4 years of playing football here, I learned many valuable life skills and have built friendships that will last a lifetime. Thanks for coming along with me today, and for more information, just visit our website.
My name is Hannah Salonica. I am a senior in the psychology program here at West Liberty University, and I'm going to take you on my day. So first today we're going to go into biological psych with Dr. Fletcher.
We are going to be doing our Play-Doh activity with the eye. So we're going to create an eye out of Play-Doh, and assignment part 1 will be due the end of the day today.
The psychology program here at West Liberty University is really amazing. The courses are set up really in a way that you build a strong foundation before you move on to some upper level classes. Some of those can be like biological psych and clinical psychology. So we really do work on getting those transferable skills before we move on to the more like harder classes. So psychology is really a flexible and applicable major that we can use to do so many different things. You don't even have to stay in the field of psychology. I know a lot of people can use these skills to transfer over into different social work careers, even things like criminal justice. And going to grad school really just opens up those opportunities. For me, I really want to go into school psych, but a lot of people in my cohort like the clinical psychology route, where you really focus on assessments and the therapy setting. And our school here at West Liberty has a grad program where you get your master's in clinical psychology, and when you graduate you get to actually work as a licensed doctoral level psychologist in the state of West Virginia. So today we're heading back into biopsych, where we're actually going to be dissecting cow eyes today.
Part 2, we're going to walk through most of the questions in class, but then you will still turn in the document online. The nice thing about the cow eye is it's really big, so it's a lot easier to see these different structures.
Biopsychology is a very fun and challenging class. It's super interesting, and we're learning a lot about different anatomy, not only with the cow eye, but also with the brain. And we did do a Play-Doh dissection before we moved on to an actual cow eye dissection, so we were able to use those skills on the Play-Doh and then transfer them over to the actual anatomy dissection. And this really connects because there's a lot of malfunctions and different disorders, not only with the eye but also with the brain. So being able to identify those specific parts, we're able to use that to then learn about the different disorders that are affected in those areas. So when you're a senior, you go through a practicum experience, which is a internship of about 100 hours, as well as some classwork that adds up to like 35 hours. I decided to do my internship at the School of Bright Promise, where I get to work with a BCBA, which is a board certified behavioral analyst, and I'm on her behavior management team, where we work on responding to different crisis behaviors with the children. But it really is awesome because I get to work with kids. This is something that I want to do with my school psych masters that I want to get, and it also helps just really prep for the future and get hands-on experience of applying these psychological principles we're learning in class and applying them into the real world.
So today we're heading to Canine Cognition with Nessie.
Timing has to do with the conditioned stimulus being presented, and it needs to happen before or at the point that the behavior is occurring.
So one of our special topics class is the Canine Cognition one. This is actually a new class we just added that students can take for a psych elective, and we really go into a lot of the biological functions of a dog from their birth up until their adult life, and we're also learning different skills like training skills as well as some first aid that we can actually use on our own dogs. So it's a really fun class. So we're heading into the psychology lounge to do a quick meeting. So the psychology club here is really a place that you and your cohort and other cohorts can kind of come together, and we do different things like study groups. We do some fundraisers like our chocolate rats in the fall, and we also have different trips that we take, like going to the trans lunatic asylum. We did that this year. That was really awesome. And then also we were planning on going to the psychology museum in Akron. Thanks for checking out the program with me. For more information, visit our website.
Hi, my name is Claire Kelly and I'm a microbiology major here at West Liberty, and I want to show you what it's like to be in this program. First off, we're going to head into biological chemistry with Dr. Schmidt.
Now, in looking at the reaction that leads to the formation of this bond, we see that water is released. Does anyone know what kind of reaction this would be where water gets released?
The microbiology program is a really interesting program that prepares you for a wide range of future career paths within the biological sciences. Outside of the required courses, there are really interesting electives that you get to choose from that you wouldn't really get the opportunity elsewhere. For example, I took a fluorescence microscopy course with Dr. Orzempa, where we had full access to a research-grade fluorescence microscope and assisted Dr. Orzempa on research he'd been working on. So I chose this major as microbiology was always a subject that I was really interested in school, and I wanted to learn more about it. After I graduate, I want to continue further studies within the field of medical microbiology, researching diseases caused by microorganisms. Next, we're heading into analytical chemistry with Dr. Swartz.
So it becomes, right, how do you handle all those different errors? You guys learned the rules of synthesis back in Gen Chem.
This major is good for others to consider because it provides you with a comprehensive knowledge on the biological sciences. It prepares you for a variety of future career paths. Many go on to apply for med school, PA school or PT school, or postgraduate studies in microbiology. In addition to that, with the skills you learn in the labs throughout the major, you are also very employable for work in a lab setting. So now I'm going to head into the lab and work on some of my research projects. There are so many research opportunities available as an undergrad, both working with professors and conducting independent research. I work with Dr. Schmidt's lab, researching a novel family of antibiotics called rhizazomycins, and how one Francisella tularensis gene in particular plays a role in rhizazomycin susceptibility. It is really unique to have these opportunities, as usually you wouldn't get to do this work until postgraduate studies. Having this experience really gives you a leg up when applying to various graduate programs and jobs. Students in the microbiology program are incredibly lucky with the professors in the biology department. Every single one of them really cares about the success of their students and are very passionate about the subjects they teach. With the small class sizes, they really get to know each and every student and are there to help you when you need it. I'm also on the women's soccer team here at West Lib, and now it's time for practice. Being a student athlete here at West Liberty has been an incredible experience. It definitely comes with its challenges of time management and juggling both college work and training, but there's a lot of support on both sides to make it work. Being a student athlete here means becoming part of the community, and being far away from home, as I'm from Ireland, is really important for me. West Liberty really has become a home away from home. Thanks for checking out the programme with me today. For more information, look at our website.
Hi, I'm Jason Ake. I'm a grad student at West Liberty University, and I'm working on the earthworm lab. So we're attempting to study some invasive earthworms here on the campus property. We have a survey area where we go out and try and figure out how many they are, where they are, what species they are. Earthworms are really small, of course, and you don't really think about them, and you hear about them being good for gardens and all that. But these invasive earthworms live out in the woods and they eat basically everything. They live in the dirt, they eat leaves, wood, take all the nutrients out of the forest. Plants can't grow, bugs can't find food, even trees start dying because they run out of nutrients. So our end goal is just trying to get a better understanding of the species. We're using some new spatial analysis techniques. I really hope that we can include this research to write my master's thesis.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Hall and I'm a grad student in the 3+2 General Biology program here at West Liberty. I am currently doing research under Dr. Schmidt and I'm working with Francisella tularensis and Neisseria gonorrhea. I am doing research with Resirufin pentyl ether and we're looking at the antimicrobial activity of this compound against those two bacteria. I met Dr. Schmidt my first year here at West Liberty and she introduced me to her lab space and then she invited me in, asked me to do some research, and it's really important in the world because our bacteria are becoming more resistant to antibiotics, so developing more analogs that are active against bacteria is very important. Being able to do research at the undergraduate and graduate level here at West Liberty has given me the opportunity to learn new techniques that I can use in future research in positions that I may apply for later on in life.
Hi, I'm Jason Ake. I'm a grad student at West Liberty University, and I'm working on the earthworm lab. So we're attempting to study some invasive earthworms here on the campus property. We have a survey area where we go out and try and figure out how many they are, where they are, what species they are. Earthworms are really small, of course, and you don't really think about them, and you hear about them being good for gardens and all that. But these invasive earthworms live out in the woods and they eat basically everything. They live in the dirt, they eat leaves, wood, take all the nutrients out of the forest. Plants can't grow, bugs can't find food, even trees start dying because they run out of nutrients. So our end goal is just trying to get a better understanding of the species. We're using some new spatial analysis techniques. I really hope that we can include this research to write my master's thesis.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.